Hello YouTube and welcome to frame 2 out of 4 between me and Justin. If this is the first frame that you're watching, apologies about the quality of the video. It's a new camera and I've got the settings a bit wrong, so hopefully I'll get them right next time, but please do persevere. The first frame was fairly good quality, I thought. There was some nice breaks at the beginning and I think we were both cueing well. So let's see if this can continue. So I was very happy with that long red, but I was trying to get a bit more of a kiss on that red next to the black to make it available, but it's not. So I'm just going to try and a containing safety shot rather than sticking the black up the table. But I have left a chance of a red to the middle, but it's quite an acute angle. But he's made absolutely short work of that one. Made it look like that was a dolly sitting over the pocket, but it certainly wasn't. So back up for the blue potentially off of this one. Off the side cushion first. Nicely played, maybe a tad on the hard side, but he's still got the long blue with a slight angle. Don't know if he's got enough to get into the reds. Just about. That was particularly unlucky actually. It was a very good pot, and yeah, the reds could have split a bit nicer for him. So just a 12, but decent 12 to start off with. This frame, excuse me, was quite a lot longer than the first one, so there's a fair chunk of this that has either been fast forwarded or cut completely of thinking time. First unforced error. He's negotiated the black fairly well there, just hasn't got enough legs on the cue ball. So this red 2 left corner, if I can punch this one in to widen the angle, I might be able to get on the black, which is what my intention is. So what do we think? No, I've just caught it on the way off the top cushion, so I think if I hadn't have kissed it on the way up, it would have gone round the back and I would have had a shot into right corner, but never mind. So let's keep things fairly tight. Now I didn't want to move the black off the cushion there because it's a blocking ball for the return safety like that. So the reason why I left the cue ball on the green side of the table was so that my opponent couldn't get to the left side of the reds as we are looking at it, which, yeah, that meant that the black did come into play and has left me this red to the corner. Now the pink, that red was actually quite straight and I didn't fancy trying to screw back for the blue, but the pink does go to the middle and I'll always be opening up the reds, but forgot to concentrate on the pink. And I don't know if you could hear it, but there was some random dog barking. So around the houses off the blue. Not to be. Now I've skipped it forward there. The red that's next to the black above it did go to the middle, but where the white was, it was always going to cannon. Sorry, not cannon. It was always going to come down the table, and if I missed it, then the red that's to the left of the black would have been quite simple for him in the middle pocket. Hence why I took the longer one, but missed it. So aiming to get that red back into the bunch, which I've managed to do successfully. Would have been nice to get a little bit more length on the cue ball, but the first part of that shot was right, or in my mind anyway. Very good return. Left me tight on the bolt cushion. And very, very happy with that one. Sort of the only option is this horrible one down the cushion, which he's missed. And come across the table and hit that red, so he hasn't failed. Right, thin red to the corner, but unfortunately I've cannoned into the red on the cushion, which has made this shot not very nice. So I'm going to play the green and just try and keep things safe. Just put the white up on the bolt cushion, and that's a good safety. Or it would have been had I not fluked the green. So yes, now I've left myself in a predicament that I didn't want to be in, unfortunately. So let's see if we can make something of this safety. We can, but that's 2 shots from me on the green, or 2 shots with 2 flukes. 1, potting the ball. 2, getting extremely safe behind the brown. Now this red that's closest to me, I'm going to attempt to the corner, but it's straight or just off, so I'm erring on the side of safety because wasn't too confident on that one. Just trying to make sure that the cue ball came back behind the bolt line somewhere towards the corner pocket. Which has meant that I now have this opportunity. The 3 balls in the middle of the table where the black is, the red that's on the left does go to left corner. The one that's on the right of the black does not. It's just behind the middle of the black. So just trying to figure out how I can negotiate that a little bit later, if it gets that far. But a nice blue there, and I've looked at the red that's to the left of the black, and it's always going to push the black into the other red if I do take it, which then might mean that the black wouldn't be potable. I did toy with the idea of taking that red and deep screwing off the cushion and getting back up for the blue, but thought that that was going to be the better shot. So on and off the cushion, and the red that's below the blue and cue ball now is what I want into the opposite middle. And then stun up north of the blue, if possible, to then come down for the red that's above the black. There is that red in bulk just to the left of the yellow, but leave that one for now. So yeah, I've managed to get either straight or low on this red, which means that the black isn't going to move. So back up for the blue, and it's just on the low side, which is not too bad. It means I can play for the red up in bulk. If I'd have been high on the blue, then I could have played for the red that's the second one down below the pink. That's it, on and off the cushion. Bit of a thin red, but as long as I concentrate 100% on potting this, then the cue ball is going to go off of two cushions, and depending on how hard I hit, it's either going to leave me the green, the brown, or the yellow into the same pocket to then come back down the table. Just making sure really there that I haven't left it anywhere near the cushion. So green's the best ball here. Was looking at trying to stun it in, but it wasn't enough angle to go down from the green between the blue and the brown down for that red below the pink. So trying to screw it on and off the cushion, but I've hit it way too hard. And yeah, if I'd have hit that softer but with the same amount of backspin on it, then I might have been above the black with an option to pot this red. But because I'd hit it a bit harder, the white's arced off the green a bit more and come down the table. So just a safety, or it would have been, but it's another unforced error. Played it, I must have played that with a tracer side, unfortunately, and he can't see anything. So I've, rightly or wrongly, I've said to Justin that that is a free ball. So he's taken the brown to begin with. He's got a bit unlucky there with the bump of the middle pocket. Otherwise, I think he might have been nicely on the red that's on the top cushion into the corner where he's standing. So, just trying to keep it safe. But there's an option here for the shot to nothing. So, concentrate more on getting the white somewhere on the yellow side of the table, sort of between there and the pocket. Half attempting the red, but if I miss it, hopefully I miss it thin, and then it will send it across to the middle of the table. So that one's worked out as I had in my head before I'd got down to play it. So I'm quite happy about that one. The red doesn't pop past the red and the black in the middle of the table. And his safety shot is under hit, over hit, but really only by a couple of balls. If he was a little bit softer on pace, he'd be behind the yellow, a touch harder, and he'd be behind the brown, and I wouldn't have had that opportunity. So I've just kissed into the blue there. I have left this pink, so just on and off the side cushion. But yes, that reaction says it all, really. That was, I wouldn't go as far as to say that was a schoolboy error, but that was definitely a glaring opportunity to get a little bit further ahead in the frame. So again, similar shot to before. I can take this as a pot, and I know I'm going to run into the other red, so I've got to play this a little bit firmer than what I wanted to. But and I'll be leaving things if I didn't pot it, but it was all good. It's gone in. Now, blue to middle. Make sure of the pot, and don't underhit it, otherwise the black will come into play. So I can overhit this one, but I can't underhit it, if that makes sense. Need to leave myself some sort of shot on that red. And the cue ball is now lower than the red, so this is a very difficult pot. It might look easy on the camera, but it certainly wasn't. Yes, and I've overcooked it and missed it completely. What I should have done there was play it sort of half ball, maybe quarter ball, and send the white up the other end of the table. That, looking back, would have been the correct shot to play. But never mind, we are where we are. So that's all the reds gone, just the colours to go. Can Justin clear all of them and take the second frame? Played the green nicely there, bringing the cue ball back a few inches for the yellow. And again, drop that one in nicely. That one's gone wrong. Wasn't enough side on the cue ball and or maybe pace, but only Justin will know. So very, very close. But he's pulled out a lovely recovery pot on the brown. Hasn't given himself any position on the blue, but he has levelled up the score. That's another local dog barking, if you heard that one, and that's Apollo, the Labrador. Now, what's Justin going to leave me here? I don't really fancy the cut back on this blue, so send it up the table, put the white over near the black somewhere, hopefully behind it, but I've got a fraction too much into the cue ball. I've struck a little bit too below centre, which is why the cue ball's come off the cushion like that. If I'd have come up the cue ball maybe a quarter of a tip and played it at that pace, it would have potentially gone in behind the black. So he's attempted the very difficult cut on the blue, and he's left me this sort of half ball, maybe a third ball blue to the middle, so I can go in and out of bulk. No balls there to worry about, come back down for the pink, and yeah, just make sure I concentrate 100% on the blue, as the white's always going to come naturally down towards the pink. Now, a couple of choices here. Play for the pot, as I'm 5 in front, I just need the pink, or play it safe and try and get the white over behind the black. And I've half-heartedly tried to kind of do both, which has not gone right. He's caught that one, excuse me, caught that one a bit thick. Now, this safety shot I had earlier on in the frame and went in off. So let's have a little think about this one. Don't want to go in off again and be on the back foot. So make sure I put no side on the cue ball and got some distance between them. So yeah, happy with that. I wasn't trying to get the pink or anything in behind the black. I think that would have been too much to ask. And he's got a good length on the cue ball, so absolutely no attempts made at trying to pot this pink. Let's just try and keep things safe and stick it back down on the top cushion. But I called it a fraction thin. That's why the cue balls come in and out of bulk. Now he's left me this particularly difficult excuse me, pink to the yellow pocket. Now play this with an idea of, if I'm going to miss it on the thin side to make sure the cue ball comes back down here. Hence why I've played it at that pace. So I did miss it thin, and the cue ball's come back down where I wanted it to, but I fluked the pink, and I still feel really bad about that. Yeah, that was a very close frame, that was. Do stick around for frame 3, because the standard is slightly higher than that one, and if you've watched this so far, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you soon with frame 3. Take care.